Fortnite Season 4 Battle Pass got leaked already right in front of our eyes, which Epic Games have been teasing for quite some time now in terms of not only the skins included, the theme of the season overall, but new upcoming Battle Pass features, which of course we're going to be revealing all of in today's video, so it's vital you stick around and watch the full thing, as you also just witnessed a mirror get smashed, which means 7 years bad luck. If you don't, I wouldn't risk it. However, very quickly before we dive into it all, one favour I ask of you guys, considering it takes 2 seconds and is 100% free to do, is enter my creator code FM1 3 digits inside the Fortnite item shop. You guys already know this not only puts a giant smile on my face, but cheers up my pug Gus too, who's been kinda sad about the fact he knows that 70% of all eyes watching right now are not subscribed. With that said, hit the big red button right now as we're on our final push to 2.5 million or 2.5 million subscribers, and after all it only benefits you as I do give different subscribers every single day. So if you ever want to receive something, simply make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you'd like to receive, so perhaps you could be gifted like this on screen in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see in the next video. But with all that said now, enough messing around, let's dive into everything Season 4 Battle Pass related and what's included within it, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
Okay, so for our first point talking about the Battle Pass, but this one when it ends, and you only have until then to actually earn everything including all of the bonus super styles. As you can see, it states on the menu, Chapter 3 Season 3 running through until September 17th, which is when a downtime will occur lasting for 12 hours, which most likely then even means Chapter 3 Season 4 will be releasing the following day early on the 18th of September 2022, with no delays in sight or no live event even occurring, getting us to this that we haven't seen developments for. I've mentioned this in other videos, but again, a short recap for those that don't know, each chapter's season correlates to the prior one. For instance, a new beginning being Season 1 of a chapter, Season 2 a war between factions with a live event that we saw, and then what we're seeing now, a chill themed season for summer in Season 3 with progressive map changes leading up until the end of the season. For instance, the flood obviously digressing or dying down in Chapter 2 Season 3, in comparison to now where the reality tree is affecting several areas with the roots emerging near named locations, which in most recent times, for those that don't know, is currently at the Daily Bugle, which will be changed into the Daily Bloom Goal, if not already has when you're watching this video, but that's just the situation when I'm recording. And with that covering things about this season's and next season's Battle Pass, moving nicely onto our second point in terms of all the ways you can obtain it. Of course, first and foremost, the most simple way is simply having 950 V-Bucks on your account, which is what the Battle Pass costs every single time, and the Battle Bundle with the extra 25 levels applied onto your account instantly is 2,800, which you can actually directly upgrade to in the item shop, which will be there looking like this once you buy the Battle Pass, if not the Battle Bundle straight away. Of course too, if you're a Fortnite Crew subscriber, you'll get not only granted 1,000 V-Bucks to make up for this 950 if you're not subscribed in September when it releases, but speaking of being subscribed in September, it will be 100% free when it releases on the 18th. And last but not least, in terms of getting the Battle Pass, this being a 100% free way for you, requiring no upfront payment or cost of V-Bucks, is being gifted. This, however, with the release of a new season in the first few days, is usually glitched in terms of gifting the Battle Pass, which is why I recommend before downtime you have the V-Bucks on your account already at the end of Season 3, because sometimes it's also glitched out once servers go live again once the new season releases to buy V-Bucks, as so many people are obviously spamming the store section of here at once trying to obtain them. Don't forget too, with the current Battle Pass Battle Star menu layout with the 10-page system, in each 10 pages we get 10 rewards, equating to 100 rewards total within each Battle Pass, and every single reward down the left hand side of each page, for a total of 30 out of those 100 rewards, are 100% free, not requiring you to have the paid Battle Pass. Here are all the free rewards, for example, for Chapter 3 Season 3 on screen right now that you can get between levels 1 and 100 before the season ends. However, speaking of this 10-page system on the Battle Pass menu now, that nicely moves us on to our third point about the theme of this next season, correlating to the prior layout of the Battle Pass in Chapter 2 Season 3 being a scenery that we could interact with. For those that don't know what I'm referring to, here is what it looked like, the Battle Pass menu in Chapter 2 Season 3, or a whole chapter ago now from what we're currently in Chapter 3 Season 3. And because of this last night, with the release of the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War comics having large emphasis that the fact next season will be a Marvel themed or integrated season at the very least, just like Chapter 2 Season 4, I basically stated they should have brought back the Battle Pass interactive menus and had the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War comics on there like in Chapter 2 Season 3 to create more hype and understanding for the transition into the next season. In case you've forgotten, at the end of Chapter 2 Season 3 they updated these comic book strips onto the Battle Pass menu that we could follow along with to see how the Marvel characters were entering the Fortnite universe, including Galactus. However, now despite us obviously having 5 issues releasing a Fortnite X Marvel Zero War, with the last one releasing even after Season 4 has already started, as you can see on the 28th. With these being real life issues and not actually in the game itself, this makes it harder to follow for the casual community who aren't purchasing these in terms of how the storyline is progressing, because it's not just about how Marvel's going to be integrated yet again for a Marvel themed or particularly based season for Chapter 3 Season 4, but for those that haven't been watching the prior videos, Sheena revealed details about the final issue that will be releasing, issue 4 or 5 I believe anyways, stating about Jenner that he is not only the father of the Imagined and the Order being members of the Seven, hence why he represents the faction called the Imagined Order, naming it after both of his daughters, but as you can see also, supposedly Jenner altered the DNA of his daughters before they were born according to the Imagined, perhaps meaning he can bend their will from fighting for the Seven to his very own agendas within the Imagined Order. And for those that don't know who Jenner is, again, of course, we got revealed to him for the first time in name form in the Zero Crisis finale cinematic, and then the Foundation revealed to be The Rock soon after this happened in the end event, actually reminded Jones that he promised him that he'd find Jenner, which then moves us on to the most recent live event Collision in Chapter 3 Season 2, where we saw the location of Jenner and his silhouette form for the first time, perhaps even being a shapeshifter. And no, I'm not saying Jenner's definitely going to be involved within the next Battle Pass, especially if it is 100% Marvel integrated like Chapter 2 Season 4 only having Battle Pass or outfits being Marvel characters. And the same goes for this new enemy that we've been revealed to at the end of the Season 3 trailer, watching the reality tree what seems to be through a crystal ball. Both of these characters, the Bloom Queen I want to refer to her as, and Jenner, could be involved in the demise or ending of this chapter overall, building up to something which we're revealed to more details about again in the final issue of Fortnite X Marvel Zero War. Speaking more specifically about the characters included within these comics, however, if next season like Chapter 2 Season 4 is set to be an entire Marvel integration or crossover Battle Pass related or overall season, with us knowing again this time last chapter with the teaser of Thor's hammer on the Fortnite Island in the final days of Chapter 2 Season 3, as there was no live event, but like I said previously, there's progressive map changes that happen just like what's happening this season of this chapter. Speaking of these Marvel comics though, in terms of what it tells us about the Battle Pass skins, if it is an entire another Marvel crossover just like we saw in Chapter 2 Season 4 again, but in Chapter 3 Season 4, considering there's usually around 8 outfits in each particular Battle Pass, including not only the level 1 to 100 skins but also the unlockable one, which we've seen Indiana Jones with this season and also Prowler in the last one, with this being the same from every single season despite how they revamp the Battle Pass in terms of the menu we click on or what we need to do in order to unlock things like spend battle stars. In terms of outfits we're yet to see in the Fortnite universe from Marvel, from looking at the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War comics, as you can see this list contains Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, the Hulk, Vision, Shuri, Captain Marvel, Falcon and also Captain Carter. Here are all the images where they're referenced anyways at certain comic book segments. I'm guessing they've made more appearances than just these, but these are all the ones that come to mind instantly for me anyways. Feel free to pause the video and get a good look at all of these, considering yeah, there's 8 outfits on here in total and they could be referenced on here as to what they look like in game, considering we also have characters like the Foundation and other members of the Seven already drawn in these comic books alongside other Marvel characters like Iron Man and Spider-Man who've already appeared throughout the Fortnite universe. Once again, we will not have 100% confirmation until insiders leak information perhaps early or we get teasers toward the end of this season as to whether the next season is 100% Marvel themed or not. If it isn't, however, take a look real quick at these skins on the Fortnite surveys that currently haven't released that Epic Games have revealed to us early, as they're pulling so many off these in the past it wouldn't surprise me, even if it is Marvel integrated, so we get a few Marvel skins like Chapter 3 Season 2 such as Doctor Strange and Prowler, that the rest of the skins then Fortnite unique or what Epic Games have created are on here. It would completely make sense to be honest, as they've done this in the past. Moving on to our next point, however, in terms of where things start to get very juicy with a new customization mechanic and new dynamic for how Fortnite is played. For those that don't know, first person mode since the release of this season has been actively worked on by Epic Games, despite obviously us having a glitched view of it in Chapter 2 Season 2 more than a whole chapter ago in the device live event that players actually managed to get forced into for some reason. And despite Hypex not only stating it was worked on at the start of this season, that Epic Games have it in the works or will be releasing it at some point, it could be releasing sooner than we think, perhaps in Season 4 when it starts, as they recently made some changes or updated it again first person mode in the version 21.30 that we're currently in before Epic Games went on vacation for the summer holidays, which Hypex himself also implied in this tweet. As you can see, it's more than likely we're going to be seeing this or could be seeing this in Season 4. Honestly, I think Fortnite is in need of a new dynamic to spice popularity up right now, with it being in one of its lowest states of interest across the internet in terms of search results. And with first person being added, this could not only then mean we get first person build mode, which would look very strange, and here's a concept of what building could look like in first person thanks to Orange Guy, but also a first person zero build, which I think would work way better than having building dynamics integrated in something that we can have limited vision in. But speaking of this limited vision that we would have in first person, only being able to see our arms and guns, not the entire skin or character we're wearing, believe it or not, this allows Epic Games to further innovate in terms of customization modification and then cosmetics applied to our actual weapons, as for those that don't know, weapon modification was leaked so long ago now, and here's a concept of perhaps what it could look like in the menu. Of course, we already have wraps to customize our weapons, which are only kind of visible, considering we're in third person only of Fortnite right now before first person has released, but within those weapon modifications, it was determined even in Season X of Chapter 1 that weapon charms would be coming to the game at some point, and there was a list of coding actually telling us the ones that Epic Games currently had in the works or planned to release, but then they've never came to fruition since then, as we're in Chapter 3 Season 3 now. Of course, with the release of first person, it makes 100% sense for them to release weapon charms as a new cosmetic feature or type that we can unlock perhaps even in the Battle Pass. And for our final point to tie everything up today regarding the Battle Pass, the theme of it and the skins included within it, or even the theme of next season, don't forget around the time of Chapter 2 Season 4 being our last or first Marvel integrated season, Donald Mustard not only said that it's just the beginning for Fortnite and Marvel being integrated in terms of the progression of the game and the storyline intertwined, but he also mentions another boss-like character such as Galactus but called MODOK appearing in the Fortnite universe at some point, which if next season involves Marvel at all, I'm guessing will be for a live event. And here are those condensed clips right now instead of playing the full voice recording, so you guys can get a better understanding of that.
MODOK is amazing, and so it's really just thinking like, okay, so it's like if MODOK learned that there was a slice of reality, but I think MODOK would be very interested in what's going on there.
If you're excited for Season 4 of Chapter 3, don't forget to slap a like in today's video and make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future leaks or information regarding what's actually upcoming. Speaking of other videos or your next destination now, however, make sure to interact with anything on screen, I don't mind. However, most importantly, hopefully I can catch you in the very next video I do post on the channel.